Hey everybody, it's Chris over at Dixieland Farm, and so now I'm doing the operating system install. This is very easy on Linux if you sort of know what you're doing, and so I don't know how many operating systems I've installed, Windows and otherwise, a lot over the time, but Linux is fairly straightforward and easy. It does ask some specific questions that can get geeky if you want to customize how things are done. Windows doesn't even really give you the option, but it does on Linux. So one of the things I'm doing right now is I'm installing the operating system, and it's actually going to pull all the updates for the software live right now. So that's just a better way of going about it. And also disk setup. So when you set up a Windows machine, usually you just take over the whole disk. And this I'm doing the partitions, but very few partitions this time. So I'll go over in a second how I used to partition disks, why I did it, and why I'm not doing it. But for now, I'm just setting up a system partition and then the rest of it, and then a small swap partition. So I got to set up all this now. You don't have to. You could just let the installer take care of everything, but I am geeky enough where I want to specify exactly what I want, how I want it. So here's where it's going over the partitions. This is the way I used to have the hard drive partition before. And you see, it already picked up that I had Ubuntu 14.04 installed, and then some other stuff, and then yeah, this is how I had stuff partitioned out. With the operating system, maybe my documents, a home folder. This is where I think I had my virtual machines, and this is where I had my home directory, where I had everything else. I'm just going for operating system, home directory, and then the swap, the little tiny swap there. So I'm going to do manual and specify all of this junk. I'm going to be honest, out of all the partitions setups, this was super easy. So I've done exactly what I said I'm going to do. So I made the original disk where the system's going, then the swap area, and then the rest of it I just set up as my home space. I couldn't be happier. Super easy. And it's already figured out via internet where I am, that I'm in the East Coast. And I pick a name, a password, and the name of the computer. And like that, it is done. So it's copying the files, and then it's going to start the installation process. It's already asked my username with the name I want for the computer. It's going to do all the updates. I've already given it the partition scheme, so it's going to format and take care of the hard drive and everything. And that's it. It's ready to go. 30 minutes later, installation is complete. Alright, so I'm just restarting the computer, and that's it. Installation done. Not much to say. Now the actual hard part of actually installing software, getting everything set up the way I want, that's going to take a long time, days. So for now, this is it. And so another day, and I've gotten further. I'm just going about this real slow, where I got a free 20 minutes or an hour. I just start working on it on the computer, and I would say I've got 60 to 70% of the computer done. It wasn't too bad at all. I've been installing software, and software in Linux is different than Windows, but it's more like an iOS device, like an Apple. And Linux did this first, so things are in called packages, and all these packages, you don't go to a website and find it. You can, but you don't have to. For the most part, all programs are stored in a repository, it's called. And so you're interested in one type of software, you just open up a package manager, look for the software you want, hit install, and it's installed. You can also do it on the command line. So I know the command line versions of the program, so I just type out all the different programs I want to install, and just boom, and there we go. You can see it's finding it, downloading it, installing it, done. So just going through all the different programs. Do I need it or do I don't need it? So I don't want to just do everything in one big fell swoop. I want to install the programs I need, and when you install the operating system, a lot of programs are installed already. So it already had Firefox, it already had LibreOffice, which is a Microsoft Word like, application suite, and a bunch of stuff. So I just needed to install the programs I knew I needed. All right, so today's the day. So how long has it been? I don't know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks How much time have I spent so far configuring the new computer versus the old computer? I don't know, because I just did it in drips and drabs, a little bit here, a little bit there. We'll say 20 hours, it was probably more like 10 hours. This is the size of the old computer compared to the size of the new computer. So you can see it's quite a bit smaller than the new computer. And I am nervous. I'm always nervous when I do this. I don't like doing this. But it's pretty much risk-free except time. So what I'm doing is I'm removing my storage drives and I'm putting them into the new computer. Then I'm activating the MythTV. What I'm doing is basically I'm transferring the old database to the new computer and reconfiguring it, and then there we go. Does it work? Does it not work? Does the web server work? You know, everything. If it doesn't work, I can just put the drives back in this thing and it doesn't know any better. I've just wasted time, that's it. But still, always nerve-wracking. You were a perfectly good computer, but you were dusty. Very dusty. I am also going to miss how easy it is to pull out hard drives out of this thing. Hard drives are out. Actually got 3 of them. And if you label them, you'll actually get to know the age of them. Why is that important? Well, hard drives do fail. So if you know the date of them, and you also know which one's which, you can copy the data over to new drives before they fail. How often should you do that? I don't know. That's really up to you. But I do think every 5 years is certainly doable. Every 3 years is probably the better thing to do. So I'm just using 2 terabyte drives, so nothing fancy. These are relatively cheap, so it's cheap insurance. All right. I'm putting the two 2 terabyte drives into the new computer. The other drive is actually a newer drive, but I am not putting this in yet. This is my system, the old system. I'm not getting rid of it until I'm up and running on the newer computer for a long time. That's the nice thing about this. Alright, well, it's all built, all buttoned up. A thing of beauty? Sure, why not? Thing of heartache? We're going to go right to it now. So, first step is to boot it up, make sure nothing beeps. Then I have to go into the table where the hard drives are, tell it where it's supposed to go, and then we can start the real work. Yeah, I know it doesn't look like much, and my desk is a mess and all of that, but I did succeed in getting the drives noticed and everything is there, so that's good. Now is the crunch time. This is when I actually go ahead and put the database for MythTV, our DVR, into the computer, do my little kung fu action, and then you know, check it out. Are the recordings still there? Are the rules still there? Doing good. Alright, so how are we doing? We are doing very well. The MythTV recording thing is up. I can see the new tuner that I had to install. The database is there. My recording rules are there. My channels are there. My icons are there. My recordings are there. Chris, it's all there? For the most part, I mean, this is the bulk of it. I'll have to, you know, do little tweaks here and there. But I'm doing a test recording right now, so I just hit record. So
big sugar cookie. That looks so good.
Mm-hmm. Now let's cut Tiffany.
And then you chill it.
Okay. Cheese.
See.
We'll be right back to The More You Know on NBC.
So we got the Squeezebox server up. That means the music streaming is done for the computer. That means it's all working just the way it always should have been. Alright, well, I got a test print page, so the printer is all set up and working. Now I just have to test from Marissa's laptop, does the printer work, and do the connections to the shared drives work there as well. So, updating to the new version on the TV computer now. A lot of the upgrade didn't work on the TV computer. However, what I have to do is upgrade the operating system to 1604 and then do the MythTV upgrade, and everything should just work then. Alright, so this is going to take a while. I'm going to go and drag the rings while this does its thing. That's right. This is not a good sign. Not a good sign. Alright, hello, hi. Alright, I'll tell you what's happened. So I did the in-place upgrade from 1404 to 1604, and it failed. And it failed, and it made the system unbootable. So I had a choice. I could either restore our backup and try again, or download a new operating system that's lightweight, or put the exact same one that is on the main computer on this one, but a minimal version. I'm going with option number 3. Why? Just for sanity, so I can keep them kind of the same. So right now I am going through the process. It's going to take an hour or two, so that's fine. Is it? Yeah. But that means I'm going to have to reconfigure the whole thing again for this TV computer. In the long run, that'll be the best thing to do. So I will do the long run thing. And of course, I'm not going to be missing any TV. It's all going to be recorded. The main computer works. So, and I can still provide shows to our Rokus for now. So it's an inconvenience and a waste of time, sure, but this is the way to go about it. Lily, you are of no help. Ella, less help. All right, well, we have a full system running. Now we just have to install the MythTV packages. Just do that, and then, you know, reconfigure everything. But we are moving in the right direction. Installing software, Marissa, are you excited?
I'm so excited. I can't even. I just can't even.
Hide it.
I'm so excited. And I just can't hide it.
See, and I'm acting more like, I'm so excited, I'm so excited, because I'm crashing here, badly. Well, okay, the system is set up. I've got MythTV running, so I can rest easy and I can go out to celebrate my mom's birthday. Take her out, she likes pizza. There's this one place around here that has very authentic New York pizza that's exactly like we have in New York, or had in New York, so she always wants that for her birthday. So there's just a little bit of fiddling that I have to do. I have to basically remap a couple of keys on the remote, make the program automatically start, and I'm actually going to change the desktop. Right now it opens up in KDE, just like my main system, but I'm going to change and download XFCE, which is a little bit lighter and a little bit easier to just start up MythTV and then shut it down. Maybe it'll speed up the boot time. But just show you real quick, here is the TV. Here is the Today Show, which I recorded, and you know, I can just hit play, pause, go back to the main menu of all our TV, and it's going to download all the different cover art and things like that soon, I hope. So I am going to call this a success with a lot of bumpiness. And it's always the thing that you think is going to go the easiest usually goes the hardest. That's just the way it always is. So I thought the main system was going to be the hiccup. It wasn't. I had that done in about an hour, maybe a little less. And this computer has taken me roughly 5 hours to get up and operational. So interspersed with that, though, I fed horses. I turned out horses. I also dragged 2 rings, kissed the dogs a bit, and some other things. Also ate lunch. So real time, how much it involved me was probably an hour, but still stressful. Anyway, I'm rambling. I am happy that I got this done. So this is 1804. I am completely up to date. I shouldn't have to do this again for 5 years. Shouldn't have to. But then again, this should have been a lot easier than it was, and it wasn't. So anyway, from Dixieland Farm, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Take care.